I'm glad that I didn't get it done.
Yeah, thank you for being a procrastinator.
Thank you for procrastinating.
Hey, we're going live. Can you please keep it down? Thank you.
Girl. Fuck you. Oh no.
What's your name?
What's yours?
We need to share that, like, straight up. That's not been shared in a minute.
That's true.
Fuck you, Tony! Alright, we're ready to rock and roll?
Yep, let's do this. And welcome back to the Survivor Girl podcast. Happy Survivor Girl Sunday, everybody. So glad to be back here in the studio, right here in this chair, right in front of you guys, talking to this little bubble, my friend. Episode 70. Very excited to be here, you guys. Thank you for the support, the love, for helping me to keep on moving forward. We have some people on the books that are going to be joining us. We got some guests coming in. Still getting the list together for those Survivor Girl Spotlights, which are super exciting, and we're looking forward to doing some of those coming up. And Motivational Mondays are going to start tomorrow morning. I don't have an exact time yet, but we'll see how it goes. That's in the works, though. I'm excited to be able to help start that week off with you guys and get it positively moving in the right direction. It's very cool to be able to do that with you guys. So thank you for the support, for sharing, for subscribing, for liking, for going over to my Facebook page, for comments, everything that you guys do. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing, and I'm hoping that I'm able to continue to inspire or uplift. With that being said, let's get into the disclaimer, the part that I don't really like, but I must do. I'm not a doctor. I cannot treat. I cannot prescribe. I can't do any of those kinds of things. I don't get paid the big bucks to do that stuff. I'm just here to talk about the things that I've gone through, the things that I've experienced, and what I've been doing moving forward. Quiet down in front. No, just kidding. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but thank you guys for... Hold on, now I lost my train of thought there. I'm not able to prescribe or treat or any of those kinds of things. Please, if you are needing therapy or medical attention, seek out the trained professionals that are able to do that for you. I'm just here to hopefully uplift and inspire you guys and to keep on giving that positivity and moving forward with that. So thank you guys for that and for listening to that part of it. So let's get into it. Last week I had a lot of high energy. It was really great. We had a really good time here at the studio. I'm thankful that you guys were here to tune in with me. A lot of fun, a lot of good stuff that I was able to talk about and get through. Continue to listen to podcasts and different positive things. Also working through the Outlander book. Finally, the audio book. If you guys are not on Libby, that's a really cool site to be able to find audiobooks, books in general, anything like that. It's nice to be able to do that while I'm at work, and it's free with my library card, so that's awesome. I'm not sponsored by that. I actually have just started to sign on to that, log into that. But keeping that positive momentum going, finding the things that I'm continuing to find joy in and uplift, and not just myself. When I find something cool, I want to share it with you guys. I want to share it with my friends. I want to share it with my family. And it's kind of interesting because this past week, the test that we talked about for the 4 tendencies, the quiz, it kind of got passed around for us in the studio, and it was really cool to find out. Dawn and I are abstainers, and Tony, what was yours again?
Oh, shit, you would ask me that, wouldn't you?
I would ask you that. Upholder.
Yeah, upholder.
Yeah, you're upholder. But the funny thing is, we're continuing to talk about this. This is from Gretchen Rubin. You can find one of her books on Libby, and also on YouTube. There's some good stuff, TED Talks, like we talked about last time. We talked on the last podcast about signature scent and all that stuff. cool adventure. Me and Dawn yesterday, after the farmer's market, went on a little adventure to seek out It's perfume oil that I remember from when I was like 15. Super geeked about that. We had a lot of fun going to do that. Met the owner of that store, really nice guy. And we got some signature scents for ourselves that we're trying out. It was cool because we got to try them on in the store, see what we liked. He was very knowledgeable of all the different scents and everything, and what would work with our chemistry and whatnot. So that was cool. That was a lot of fun to be able to go there. So I hope that you guys check that out because you can order online. So if you go to It's Perfume Oil, I think there's a Facebook page for it. So go check that out. Check to see his store. There should be the link on there. You guys can pick out many different scents. And if you're just not sure, I'm sure if you give a call to him, he'll be able to help you kind of walk through what might work for you. So that was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. I mean, of course, I had to go get Big B. Not promoting. We're not sponsored by them. But if anybody out there that has a Big B wants to sponsor Survivor Girl, I'd be all about it. That would be amazing. Me and Dawn would be set. But so we went on that little bit of adventure, and we're continuing to go through the positive of learning these different things from the 4 tendencies from Gretchen Rubin. And I'm excited because I'm going to start cracking into the audiobook Happier at Home, which I think was one of her first books that she's written. And just to learn all these different things. I love being able to listen to podcasts and all these things while I'm at work, the audiobooks, because I'm learning while I'm working, and I feel much better when I'm learning something. If you continue to keep on learning or, do these things with the brain teaser puzzles and different stuff, I feel more sharper when I do that. And also on the journey of trying to continue the healthier habits. At the farmer's market this past week, our booth neighbors, they had a whole bunch of produce up there, and we got some of that stuff, and I started to cook early, like 5 o'clock this morning. I don't know what got into me, but I was awake, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go with it. Let's do this. So, just even at that time of day, implementing healthier habits and better things, that's the journey that I'm trying to stay on and stick to, especially when life is busy and crazy. When you have so much stuff going on, sticking to those habits is kind of hard. And I know that you guys out there listening, I'm sure you've probably felt this, unless you are just completely 100% able to stick to your resolutions, your diet plan, your exercise plan, all that kind of stuff. I unfortunately have a hard time with digging in and sticking to what I say I'm going to stick to, unless I have somebody that is helping me to stay accountable, whether it's an app, a family, a friend, or just writing it down and trying to stick to it. It's tough. I have a hard time with that. I've had a hard time with that in the past. So I'm going to continue to keep on moving forward to learn these different things to keep myself positive and to keep me continuing to do the healthier things so that I'm here able to do this stuff and hopefully help you guys out as well. So I'm going to go over here and check and see if there's anything going on YouTube. I know we are working through getting the sound up and everything running here. Let's see here. Bear with me. Alright. I'm hearing the echo over there.
Yeah.
That's okay. I know you're working through some sound stuff right now. But anyhow, so this past week has been kind of interesting feeling through that and trying to rediscover healthy things that I like and the vegetables and different things that I want to cook or some new stuff. Having the farmers markets right now are very, very helpful in trying to get the fresh produce and trying to get back into that so you know that you're getting it from a local farm and you get to meet the farmers, which is really cool. So I've been enjoying that a lot. And I hope that you guys are taking advantage of that as well. So moving forward though, getting past all that stuff, I have been thinking a lot. On the way here to the studio today, I was thinking about, lately I've noticed that a lot of people around me, whether we're close or not, are having a hard time with giving space in their brains to people that don't deserve it. They're giving away free space with no rent. And how often are you struggling through this? Like, how many people are struggling through this? I've been seeing it a lot. Are you doing okay? Yeah, I'm stopping. I'm asking. I'm gonna put Tony on the spot here. With letting somebody have too much space in your brain, that you're giving too much to them, because once we start giving them that much, even the littlest bit, little crumb, it starts to come into the rest of our life. We're seeing it in our work, we're seeing it in our home, we're seeing it in our relationships with the people that we actually love, because we're spending too much time giving too much to that person that doesn't deserve it. Whether it's a toxic trait of looking on their Facebook to see what they're up to, what they're saying about us, what they're, let's try to get past all of that stuff and continue to not give them so much space. I find that when that's happening in my life, and I'm guilty of it myself, I've allowed so many people to have too much space in my mind, and it's held me back from growing and progressing and doing better in my life, because that toxicity is coming into too much of the other aspects that I'm trying to grow, but I'm not protecting it because I'm allowing that to come in, and then I'm missing time growing and being healthier and trying to, because I don't know if any of you listeners out there have had that issue. When you get distressed, you start to eat and you find the comfort in that kind of stuff, and when we do that, we're not picking out good things for ourselves. And a lot of times so you're not only just allowing these people to have that space in your mind, it's going into all these different things, and it's pushing you off track. So what do we do when we're seeing that? First, I think the first thing you have to do is recognize it. And once you recognize it, go, okay, I'm spending too much time on this person and what they're doing. Or, it might not be a specific person. Maybe it's just something else that has got you riled up, is giving too much. Like even Facebook, any of the social media stuff can take so much time away from us and what we're trying to do to grow and to move forward. You let that get into your brain, and you give that too much space, and you're spending too much time doing that. I don't know about you guys, but this weather lately, what we've been experiencing, I'd rather be out kind of enjoying that instead of being on my phone constantly, and which is hard as somebody that has a Facebook page and has part owner in a social media group and all these different things. It's hard to not keep up with that stuff, but I try to allow myself some breathing room, and I think all of us kind of do. We give ourselves that little bit of time, and if we're not answering each other, we understand, okay, they're taking time for themselves. And I think more people need to be able to embrace that. When you're not at work, don't answer the phone unless you think it's going to be something of an emergency. A lot of times we get that. I used to get that a lot. I had somebody message me one time asking me how to do a fishing license, on my day that I wasn't at work. And I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, when I'm at home, this is my time. And that was back then when I was way not as healthy as I have been in these past couple of years. Like, I would let every little thing like that just get to me and get under my skin, and I would just do it because I felt guilty if I didn't. That's the fun part about when you start to realize that you don't need to accept a guilt trip.
Nope.
You don't have to do those things, because guess what? What is it doing? Not any good for you.
Right.
What's it doing for others? Some people will have you under their thumb quicker than you can move out from underneath, because they know that you either are accountable, that you'll do whatever it is because you have in the past, but you don't always have to do that. And I've learned that. This has been a hard lesson for me, because I also am a people pleaser. I have been a people pleaser for a lot of my life. And now that I'm starting to finally come into my own and find myself and, feel comfortable with that, it's been interesting. Because what happens when you start to say no to people that are used to you saying yes all the time, they're not happy.
Nope.
They're not happy because their go-to is not there to go to. But that's okay, because guess what? You're growing and you're being a go-to for yourself. That's awesome when you get to that point. It's hard. It has been hard for me in the past. And if you guys are listening, you're going through something similar like this. It's once you start to say no, and once you start to realize what's happening, you start to kind of feel a little bit less guilty about it. And you go, okay, I can do this. If you want to go and sell cotton candy, or I don't know, these are just examples, a business venture, something that you've been wanting to do, oh, man, some people that are terrified to jump out and do their dreams will definitely try to make you not do yours. That happens a lot. Raise your hands if you've ever experienced that. There are some people that genuinely do care about you, and they want to see you succeed. Nobody wants to see, like, if they truly love you and care about you, they don't want to see you fall on your face. But here's the funny thing. If you fall on your face, you get back up, because guess what? You learn from that, right? We grow up learning. If you touch something hot, it's going to burn you, and you're going to go, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't touch that again. Some of us just continue to. You know who you are if you're listening right now. You continue to touch that. But the thing is, after a while, you're like, okay, I gotta stop doing this because I'm hurting myself. So, you know, those people that have been burnt too many times, they'll give you the advice of, ooh, hold on, step back, you might not want to run into that too. And I'm sure that they mean it. Like, if they truly do care about you, I'm sure that they mean well. But there's another thing about failing. It's learning. We learn. Either you get back up and you get it the next time around, or you fall down and you get back up and you learn something different, a new skill with that you've fallen from. Or you just continue to keep running into the wall and not getting it. But if someone truly cares about you, they will try to support you. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me roll back a little bit. Because like I said, there's people out there that are terrified of living their dreams, and all and well, because fear is a huge thing. Fear has stopped me in my tracks several times, and still to this day threatens a lot. But I would never have gone out and kayaked with gators if I would have listened to it. I wouldn't have got out and done this. Because I was terrified. Like, I would never have gotten out and sang, or any of these things that I always wanted to do, but I was so scared to do. And now I'm just like, oh, you want me to do this on stage? Cool, yeah, I'll come do that. That's cool. No big deal. Oh, you want to do another podcast? Yeah, okay, no problem. Let's do this. You know, it's interesting once you learn how to be comfortable in the uncomfortable, how many more things you're like, yeah, if I can do this, I can do this. But if we're allowing fear and we're allowing people's guilt because they don't know how to step out of their way and get what they want, or they expect you just to do what they want you to do, if we continue to allow that to hold us back, how are we going to learn that we couldn't, how do we know that we're not going to make it, and we're not going to do great things, and we're not going to be successful? Get out from underneath the thumb of that. And if you're is it a business adventure that scares the hell out of you? Yeah, that's scary. But guess what? If you go out and you try it, okay, so you might be out money. That could happen. That's a legit fear, a legit reason. But what if you try it and you are super successful? And then you're able to say, oh, I started my own business, it's a store, and then you have several of them because you do so well. Okay, so at the end, I don't want to get like dark or go into this, but like, there's a huge, like, I listen to a lot of motivational stuff in the morning, especially when I feel like I'm dragging and I can't get going. I listen to a lot of motivational stuff, some like 5-minute, 10-minute things, whatever. And one of the things said, do you want to get to the end of your life and be just so upset with yourself because you didn't do half of the things that you wanted to do? Because you let yourself get held back by fear, or I don't have the money to do this, or instead of finding a solution, you're creating things that are holding you back, excuses. And I went, whoa, that hit me in the gut, because I was like, no, I don't want that, and as somebody that has seen somebody in the end of their life who had no regrets, who knew exactly the things that made her happy, and then she did them. That was empowering. I'm talking about my mom. She knew where she was going. She knew that she was excited about the fact that she had 2 kids that she was proud of. That hit me in the gut too. But to see her be so strong and to go, I don't have any regrets, honestly, was like, okay. That's what made it easy for me to go, okay, Mom, I'm living my second chance and I'm going for it. Because I watched that, you know, and at some point in my life, I was going to be old like the rest of my family. Into the hundreds, so it's crazy, a lot of my family. But I want to be at the end and show somebody else that I lived and I experienced. And I can leave that for people to go, wow, I want to do that. That's important. Like, I used to think that having friends and people that like me was so important. But what's really important is being able to experience life just as who I am. And to do the things as who I am. Somebody that wasn't expected to graduate, get out of special ed classes, never leave her town. Like, most likely voted to never leave her town. I'm just like, yeah, okay. I kicked the doors out of all of your guys' expectations because I went above and beyond them. So thank you for putting that fire under my butt, because here I am, you know. But the thing is this. People are going to constantly have something that they're going to, something negative, because they don't know how to get out of their own way instead of pushing that negativity. And I hope that all of you that are listening right now either realize, oh, I'm that person, or I got lots of stuff I gotta do because I want to get out and do these things.
Mm-hmm.
I want to live. I want to do these. And it's not always going to work right away, but it's kind of interesting. A lot of the things that I've thought of that I wanted to do come back. If it doesn't happen when it first comes up, it comes around eventually, and I get the chance, which is awesome. I'm thankful for that because, man, you know, we had a really cool podcast this past week. I mean, I enjoy all the podcasts, honestly. But we had the Blind Riots on, and it was very, very cool to talk with them. That was on the Don't Make This Weird podcast, which is totally different from this one, just so you guys know. It was interesting to talk to them because they're getting out there and they're busy and they're going full force. A lot of them have not just their day jobs, but they're doing their music, and they're booked up completely each weekend. And, you know, to hear somebody just living and getting out there and doing it, you know, I did give a cautionary tale, and it wasn't me trying to be negative, but because I have pushed and pushed and pushed myself, I've gone through some stuff with having, you know, different things that have come up. But if you're taking care of yourself and you're doing these things and going after them, making sure you get the sleep, the water, the exercise, whatever it is that your body absolutely needs, and you're not just hammering yourself into the ground, that's important too. So that's another cautionary. Make sure that you talk with your doctor. Find out what it is that you need as far as vitamins and, you know, that kind of stuff, because they're your team. They're part of your team to help you continue to keep moving forward. And we're jerks to ourselves. We're pretty bad to our bodies, right?
Right.
I only say this because I'm a total jerk to myself. I have been, but I'm trying to not be. But, like, I want to do good, and I'll start the day out like, yeah, I'm going to eat salad today. I'm going to get all my fruit, my water. And then, like, halfway through the day, I'm just like, nah, that kind of went out the window.
Not a whole
But
sleeve of Oreos.
Not a whole sleeve of Oreos. But that's the thing, like, listening to, I'm going to go back and reference Gretchen Rubin because that's what collectively I think we're all kind of listening to right now. She says to take it in quarters, and if you mess up in the first part of the day, don't stop there. No, stop there and turn it around. Do better.
Yep.
It isn't a sentence if you mess up and you go, okay, well, I had chocolate cake for breakfast. Okay, so you did. What are you having for lunch? What are you doing after breakfast? Are you going to get up and walk? Are you going to take care of your body after you put it through that? What's the next step? Because you can.
Mm-hmm.
You can flip the script. You can change that.
Yes.
you can change that. You can start doing better. It's not like, okay, I had cake, so now I'm just going to keep spiraling and I'm not going to get back on track. Monday's a good day. I'll just wait till Monday. How many people have said that? I have said that in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Religiously. I was like, it's the weekend. I messed up already. I'm just going to take the rest of the weekend off and I'm just going to eat whatever I want. And then Monday I'll get back on track. Do we though? Some people do. And I applaud you guys. It's the ones that are fighting hardcore to stay in shape, to get into shape, to stay on the path that you need to, that are actually taking in your vitamins, getting the right amount of sleep, water, all of that stuff. Like, congratulations, you guys. You are my heroes. Not everybody is a Hot Mess Express. That's not everybody. Some of you are really killing it in a good way, not a bad way. You guys are doing what you're supposed to for yourself. You're actually sticking to it, and I just want to say that's not me, but you guys are doing awesome, and you inspire me to do better for the first quarter. No, just kidding. Just kidding. No, honestly though, I mean, it's very cool to see when people are doing amazing. And I love to be the first one over there going, yeah, you're doing awesome, and go, okay, I can do this. Like, that's cool. It's cool to have people in your circle that are inspiring. And I talk about this stuff because I'm not always, I can put the stuff out there and talk about this stuff, and I don't always stick to it. And that's just part of what I'm trying to remedy, and I'm trying to be better. You know, I am trying really hard to get back on the losing, and I started losing weight again and all that stuff, but I'm really trying to learn how to get moving and use it before I lose it, because that has been a big issue in my life. When I was heavier, it was easy for me to come home after a long night of work actually, because I work third shift a lot. So I'd get home and I would sit because I was in pain, because I was overweight, and I was eating junk food. I mean, it was nothing. I worked at a grocery store, so I could go and get some of the worst food that would not fuel me, and I would wonder why am I so tired all the time? Why am I in so much pain all the time? Well, first off, I was eating gluten, and I had an allergy to that. I was eating a ton of hummus, and I had no idea I was allergic to sesame seeds, milk, all that stuff. So I'm continually just putting all this stuff in my body that I'm allergic to, and I'm sick. Why does my stomach feel like it's twisted all the time? Why do I feel like I have the flu all the time? And I'm not, I don't know these things, and I'm continually just doing these things. I'm not asking the doctor, because every time I go to the doctor, all the doctor tells me is you're overweight. You need to lose weight. You need to do this. And I'm like, I know I do. Well, you continually keep telling me, and I'm just like, maybe I will. So, but that's what I chalked down everything to, because I was so obese, like actually morbidly obese, that I just figured me being overweight was the cause of all of the health issues that I was having. And they're piling up. They're continually piling up. When I found out I had diabetes, type 2, okay, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to be good. I'm going to watch what I'm eating. I'm going to log all my food. I'm going to do all this stuff. Nope. You have high blood pressure. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to do all this. Nope. And that continued on. Like, that was just the path. I've talked about it in the past. I was in 8th grade when I found out that I weighed 208 pounds in front of everybody in school, and at 8th grade, and I said, I'm going to lose weight, I'm not going to be this heavy, I will never be over 200 pounds again. Nope. I think I did lose a little bit of weight because I started to get out a little bit, but for the most part of my life, I have been a huge couch potato. I haven't done a lot of exercise, because every time I'd try, I'd injure myself. And then I'd get like, okay, and it happens still, but I'm just trying to learn how to make sure that I can keep doing some kind of movement. I honestly now, because I can, I love getting out and doing things, but I still get that in my brain that I just need, I'm tired. I'll just sit. I just need to sit for a little bit. Yeah, but then that continues, and that's all I want to do. And then what am I doing? I'm not doing what I'm telling you guys to do.
Mm-hmm.
To get out, to take care of yourself, to whatever. I'm giving myself my own guilt trips. What the heck is that? Yeah, but if you go outside, what's going to, the fear. Really?
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, the biggest thing that I hated about getting out and actually going for walks or any of that stuff was getting shouted at by people going by calling me fat. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm out walking, but you guys are going to drive by and call me whatever. Like, so I started to develop that. If I'm out and people see me, they're going to call me fat. They're going to be mean to me. They're going to... And a lot of times it happened. But then I held on to that. And as I got older, I continued. I was like, I don't want to go for a walk. Why don't you want to go for a walk? So if I'm out walking, they're going to call me fat. Or they're going to be mean to me. They're going to do this. And it happened. So of course I held on to that because I was a kid.
Right.
I was a kid. A heavy kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I got picked on a lot. So I held that, and I've held on to that for a long time, and now I'm just like, okay, you say you're tired, but you're really not.
Mm-hmm.
You're bored. Get your ass up, get out, and do something that you love to do. It's nice out right now. Wintertime, that's a whole nother thing. But I like to do, the in-home walking, and we got stuff at home. It's just keeping focused.
Yep.
How many of you struggle with that? How many of you struggle with keeping focused or trying to change up your routine so that you'll want to continue to keep on doing it? That's a hard thing. I'm notorious for getting water bottles and being like, oh, it's the best one I've ever seen. Maybe I'll drink more water.
No.
That happens for 4 days maybe. And then it's there's some kind of excuse that goes behind it. So I'm continually wasting money on these bottles because I lose it or I'm not using it. Well, maybe I need to go just a little size down, or maybe I need to do.
What?
Maybe you just need to be accountable. Maybe you just gotta love yourself a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Another thing growing up as being a heavy kid was some advice that I had received. And that was, if they don't like it, they don't have to look. Fair enough, yeah, I guess. I guess they don't. Yeah, but I do. And how many of us look in the mirror and we poke and we prod, and we see these little love handles and these extra little pieces of fat that wasn't there before. But then we choose not to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's perfect when I look in the mirror. I look good. Yeah, of course you do. You're hiding it.
Yep.
Stop sucking your gut in. Look at it. Learn to love yourself even at that phase. That's the biggest thing that I've come to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Weight loss surgery or not. I did not love myself for the longest time because that stuck with me when people yelled at me, called me fat. I was Big Heather. You know, Big Heather.
Mm-hmm.
Big one. She's cute in the face. But she's Big Heather. And I'm 5'1". I'm not big. But I was big. I was. That hurts. It does hurt. But that part of trying to put that shield up to hide from what was really going on the outside kept me from wanting to move forward to change. Because if they don't like it, they don't have to look. I don't like it. I just have to pretend like it's not happening. Right? That's not the case. That's not how that works. And then clothes start fitting not so nice, and you just don't feel as good going up the stairs. You're getting tired. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing this? Go back. Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
for me, food journaling has been a huge eye opener. I don't know if anybody else has done that, but for me, food journaling, and it's okay to buy a nice new food journal to be accountable if you're gonna stick to it.
Yep.
A lot of people love though the digital. I like writing stuff. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not the best speller. I can spell, but I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I did that. But for me, I like to write stuff down. I like lists. I love lists. I love to check off lists. But I also love to hide lists and pretend I didn't write lists. It's the truth. I'm honest, guys. This is the truth. This isn't me not hiding it. But the thing is, though, like, I love that. That's an accountability. And for me and for Dawn, when we looked at the 4 tendencies, that's a big thing. But we don't keep accountable for ourselves, so we have to check in on each other. And if you need somebody to check in on, that's a step in the right direction. Just be honest about it.
Yep.
Listen, I screw up a lot. Okay, I'm looking at Dawn right now. I screw up a lot. I'm not asking you to be my babysitter, but I would appreciate help if you're like, hey, how have you been today? What have you been doing? Until I rebel. But I promise I won't take it on you. No, but seriously though, if that is something that you need, I think the biggest step that was a good thing for me was being honest. Being honest about it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I will tell you though, is when you're being honest about it, other people know now. So now you have to figure that out. Because you're just going to continue, yeah, I do this. Yeah. So why were you honest about it? Changes. Change. So the biggest thing though that I have felt is when I love myself and I really love myself and I care and I want to do my makeup and I want to feel good because that's something that makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell I'm doing good. When I'm not doing so good, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna throw a hat on. Yeah. So that's a part of the show up. Get up, show up, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop fighting your brain. Stop being on the fence. Am I gonna go? Am I not gonna? I do, but I don't. And you're like 15 minutes to the time that you have to go, and you're like, Okay, first off, if you're fighting with yourself that hardcore about going to do something, get up, get dressed, go.
Yep.
Go early. I challenge you. Go early. Because guess what happens? And I've talked about this before, and I'm not shaking my finger at you guys, but listen. Listen to me. Get up, get dressed, show up. Why? Because when you do, not only are you showing initiative to yourself and keeping yourself accountable, but you're also going to have, usually 9 times out of 10, you have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I've done, I fight myself over, and then after I get there and I do it, I'm like, that was fun. I enjoy it. Okay, so not always. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, there's that one time that just sucked, but I got up, I showed up. Alright, wait, I got up, I dressed, up, showed up, did my thing, and then after that, I went and I enjoyed my time with myself after that because I was up, I was motivated, and that's the thing. Like, if you sit on the fence for too long, you're not going to do it. With a lot of things. Day to day, bigger goals, different things that, you're wanting to go towards. Embrace it. Like, I hate, like, just going, oh, I'm 41. Like, and now I'm just finally figuring this crap out. I don't have it together.
Right.
I don't. And a lot of my friends that are around that age or less, they don't either. But we're all just like, hey, I don't have it. What are you doing? I don't know, what are you doing? Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought of a lot of different things that I have wanted to do, and there's just not enough hours in the day.
Same.
Not enough days in the week, not enough days in the month for all the things that I want to do. But guess what? Like I said earlier, it'll come back around. Some things you don't have the chance to do. So if you can jump on it and do it, do it. Because it might not come back around. That's just life. Life is weird that way. Sometimes it's right in your face. You're ready to go. You just do it and you can. If you have the opportunity and you can do it, why not? Again, always make sure that you do your research and you do what's best for yourself. Again, I just talk from experience. If you go out and that one time out of 10 is not a good experience for you, just remember that was your choice, not mine. Just kidding. But I have to put that out there because yes, I am in front of this camera telling you guys, hey, do this. This is what's up because this is what I've experienced. But I'm not pushing you to do any of that stuff. You have to definitely come to that on your own. You have to make sure that it is something that you are wanting to do, and it's a good experience, and you're gonna be safe. So let's talk about that too.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a time in my life where it was pretty dark. And I mean this because I was so wanting to be accepted. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to find somebody that would love me for me. And I went through some stuff with dating apps and not being safe. Not being safe at all. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because there's such a high trafficking and all these things that are going on that is not safe. And I'm not trying to put fear into anybody because we're talking about not having fear. But I also want people to be safe and to be aware of things. So I went through a little phase where I was on the dating apps and I was meeting people and it wasn't safe. Like I don't understand why I did that because I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't feeling like I was just in a weird spot. I just was going through divorce and I had to find that love because I just got out of that relationship and wasn't loving myself first, taking care of myself and my needs. And it's not safe. That's not a good choice. So I am only speaking about that because there is a lot of stuff that you have to be aware of. And this past week on my way to work, I was listening to a radio show, and they were talking about teenagers that were doing this stuff, that were meeting up with people and just getting taken and all these different things. And the internet, you can be anybody that you want to be. People are so sneaky about that kind of stuff, and there's people out there that don't have your best interest in.
Mm-hmm.
So again, please be cautious. If you are having that gut feeling, that's totally different from the on again, off again, on the fence thing. If you have that feeling in your gut to not go because it might put you in a bad situation like that, please listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately. So that's something that's been kind of weighing on my mind lately because after hearing that, I was like, it's a legit thing. People can be whoever they want to be online behind a keyboard and make you believe that that's who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So be cautious about that. Continue moving forward though and taking care of yourselves and trying to figure out where it is that you stand and what you're trying to accomplish. Stop beating yourself up for things, but also learn from them. That's the thing. Like, we're good at pummeling ourselves, but not learning from them and then going back and doing them again, but also beating ourselves up again. It's like this really weird love-hate relationship with ourselves. And it's not necessarily always like a food thing. Sometimes we just get into these habits of, like I said, coming home, sitting on the couch, not doing a bunch of things, and sometimes you're just going a million miles a minute that you need that. So you learn how to find what's healthy and what's not for yourself as well. It's a good thing to always check in with your doctor, with your therapist, and if you start feeling completely different. I've been there before. Things that I normally wouldn't take or wouldn't be doing or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling kind of down. I better check in. Make sure I'm doing good so I can continue to keep moving forward and do good and have that full steam ahead thing. So with this being said though, guys, I'm going to talk about a couple of sponsors, give some shout outs, do all that fun stuff. Thank you guys for sticking around, doing all this fun stuff with me. I'm thankful that you guys are here listening and being with me tonight. So for the first one I want to give a shout out to, because we're talking about doctors, Tony and I began this journey not too long ago. Well, probably about 6 months now, I'd say. More?
10.
It's been 10 months. Usually I don't think of that way because I'm like, oh, I'm telling you guys to do better. And I'm over here going, ugh. But not this journey though. I have thoroughly enjoyed being able to see Dr. Katie Grummel at Shelson's Natural Health here in Cairo. Dr. Shelson, Matthew J. Shelson, that one always tries to trip me up.
Mm.
They have a business here in town, and they are homeopathic and natural health doctors.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony and I both see Caitlin or Dr. Katie, and actually somebody else that's coming into the Strange Friends family has a doctor there as well. And it's been a really cool journey. We see the doctor for different things, and it's helped us both though immensely. There's some things that we're kind of on the same page with,
Mhm.
and it's kind of funny like comparing notes about how we're doing because it's legit like across the board. Wow,
Yeah.
this is actually working.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you've been on the fence about that as well, you can always talk with them. You don't have to be in Caro. You can just contact their office at 1-855-672-2600 and talk with the receptionists there. They're all lovely. They're very nice to deal with too. So that makes it even a better experience, right? Because who wants to deal with grouchy people at a good place like that, right? So you can get in touch with them. They treat people all over the world, so you don't necessarily have to live where we live to see these doctors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a really cool, eye-opening experience. It's helped in many different ways. Talking earlier about the inflammation, the different things, the different ailments, the allergies and different stuff like that. I'm learning a lot from our doctor, and as well as Tony is too. So if you guys want to
Yep.
check that out, get in touch with them. Like I said, it's always good to check with the doctor, physician, whatever when you're going on this kind of journey, because you want to make sure that you are ready to do this kind of journey. It's easy to get online and to read a bunch of different stuff, to diagnose yourself on WebMD and all that stuff, but make sure that you're actually talking to doctors, and these two are top notch. So if you get a chance to check them out, it's 855-672-2600. You can also find them on Facebook as well. Follow their page, all the different things that they got going on there that are good. And speaking of wholesome, holistic, and natural kind of things, Stone Cottage Farm of Mayville has the goat milk soap available on their Etsy shop or at their farmers market. They're on Facebook as well. Great stuff. Today in my shower, I had the spearmint vanilla, I think it was. Awesome stuff. Check that out. And they also have soap cozies that you can get that are handmade by the lovely farmer Chrissy. And they also have Chrissy bread and spiced rum pack. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff that they do over there. So if you guys get a chance, check that out. Also, it's fun to follow them on Facebook because you get to see kidding season with the baby goats, and when they get bigger and they go off to their new homes.
Right.
It's just fun to follow them. They're really both amazing avid writers as well, so it's fun to listen and read the stories and whatnot. So go ahead and check them out on Facebook. And I think that might be all of the sponsors. Do I have anything else or any shout outs that you can think of?
The Harvest.
Oh, the Harvest of Caro, Harvest Your Craft, right?
Mm-hmm. On
New
Facebook.
owners. They have taken over the Harvest for Caro location, and they have got some pretty cool stuff going on between trivia night, music, new different flavors, foods, all these good things. Gluten-free wraps as well. I love that. If you guys get a chance to stop in and maybe have like a date night, whatever, or whenever. I don't know the whole hours that they have now. They're changed because they're new, I think, right?
They're open on Sunday now.
Oh, they're open on Sunday. Perfect, you guys. Check it out.
They close at 1 on Sunday.
Close at 1 on Sunday. But there's a chance there to get in, maybe get some breakfast or whatever. Some healthier options. They have some really good food there and drinks as well. They even have sugar-free and all kinds of flavors. If you're a coffee nut like Dawn and I are, they have sugar-free options as well. And I love that because we can add sugar in on so many other things. So that's a great thing to have. So if you guys get a chance to check that out as well, why not? Why not stop in? See what they have. They also have the milkshake roulette. I don't really participate in that, but I'm sure that they probably have some sugar-free options in that, maybe?
And they also have almond milk.
Oh, and almond milk. Well, that's awesome, too, because, milk allergy. Allergy kid over here, right? So if you get a chance to go stop in, check them out as well. Another shout-out to solidstateradio.net for re-airing us. We appreciate Sean and Adam over there. They put on all of the stuff that we got going on. Oh, and I almost forgot. the Crystal LaFay podcast coming to Strange Friends Media. How could I forget that? She's working on some different little advertisements and videos and things to boost that out. I hope you guys check her out. She is very positive, and I love listening to her. She has got so many different things. Her story, her journey. I don't want to say story because it's legit her journey that she has come up thriving and surviving from. She's been on this podcast as well, so if you guys get a chance, those are archived.
Yep.
You can go check them out on YouTube. She's been on twice. She's a repeat offender. So yeah, check her out.
Yeah.
And she's actually joining in on YouTube right now saying, "Hey beautiful." Love, love, love Crystal. So if you guys get a chance, please support. That is coming up. August 25th at 2 p.m. is when her podcast premieres. And she's also got a page now that you can go to and purchase some of the awesome things that she makes, which is exciting. So if you guys get a chance, go check out all of her social media stuff. She is so fun and positive and uplifting to follow. You're going to love her. So check that out. Tune in on the 25th at 2 p.m. I'm going to be hanging out here in the studio as well. I'm so excited for her to be joining us. I'm super excited. We have some other stuff that's going to be coming in for the Strange Friends Media as well. We are really amping up with this stuff. It's very cool. Very cool. We love adding people to our family, Strange Friends family. So thank you, and I'm so glad she's tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
So check her out. Make sure you check her out. Go follow her pages so that you get go subscribe so that you get when she is on, when she's live, when she's ready to go. So we'll continue to keep on putting stuff out.
It's on the 25th.
25th. Yes. Did I say the 24th?
The
No.
25th.
25th. Okay. The 25th, you guys. I kept on trying to change her date on her to the 24th. It is the 25th of August at 2 p.m. So
Yep.
please go check her out. Give her some love, some support, because she's going to be giving it right back to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys for tuning in. I know we have a little bit more time here. Thank you for listening to the sponsors, the shout outs, the love that we're giving out here. This week, we're getting ready to have another week. I will be seeing you guys if you choose to tune in with me tomorrow morning for the little brief thing that I put out there for the Motivational Monday to hopefully start the week off in a great way and to continue to keep moving forward, to take that fourth quarter in the morning and go, all right, we're on a good note. Let's continue to keep on rolling through it. Because usually what happens on Mondays, we're getting ready to go back to work. We're up in the morning, getting that rhythm back in. Maybe you are in transition to find a new job. Maybe you love your job, maybe you hate your job, maybe you are off, who knows what it is, but you're seeking to do something different with your life.
Yep.
Whatever it is, let's get up, let's get positive, let's get motivated, let's move that fear out of the way, let's keep on trucking through, right? Because the week starts when we start on Monday and we start in a positive, hopefully that will continue to move through for the rest of the week. And I love that about starting it out as a positive in the morning. So again, check out, we have the post on the page, on our Facebook page for Gretchen Rubin. Check it out. See where you fall in the 4 tendencies category. We were surprised. I thought I was on the edge there with Tony, thinking he was going to be a questioner. I really thought he was going to be, but he ended up being an upholder. And it's interesting. It was very interesting. So it wasn't that? Yeah. Okay, I thought you were gonna.
No.
It was cool. It was cool to see that though. But now we kind of have a little bit of a flow in the studio too from it, because we're like, I know what you're doing. Help me stay accountable for what I'm doing. Do that thing. But yeah, another thing too that I love about Crystal is not only is she good at putting that positivity out, but she also puts a lot of those kinds of things too to listen to check out, and I love that, because that's helped me out tremendously. So we're continuing to keep on going forward, keep that momentum in an upright swing. Let's keep going, and man, I'm actually kind of excited for Monday.
Good.
I have a lot to do tomorrow, but I'm excited for it because I get to, you guys. I think we forget about that. Don't forget. When you have something going on, you're like, I got a lot to do. And you get to do that, though.
Right.
Remember that.
I'm grateful for all the opportunities that are given to me.
Yeah, Tony just said, I'm grateful for all the opportunities that are given to me. If you guys didn't hear that, I didn't know if you had your mic on.
No.
But yeah, all these opportunities. And we had an interesting conversation. I know we're getting closer to the end of the show. But Tony, at one point in time, we had this conversation about bills and being thankful for them. Because why? Because you get the opportunity to have those, and those bills are helping you to have the life that you're having.
Yes.
That is a different perspective that I never thought of, because every time I would pay a bill, I begrudgingly put it in the mailbox, like I just like shove it in that slot and just grumpy about it. And I'm like, when you said that, I was like, oh, I get to do that.
Yep.
That is it's wording. It's definitely wording, and it is definitely your mindset.
Changing your perspective.
It is changing your perspective, and it's hard sometimes to do that. See, Crystal's still tuning in. She's going to get me for that one. She tells me, stop saying hard, stop saying try.
Yes.
So it is, but getting your mind in that set to continue to keep on putting those words in place of the negatives to stay motivated and moving forward. Did she just get me on it? Yes, I love to pay my bills. She does. Crystal, I love having you on the show. Like, we got to do a duo or something sometime.
Yes.
But, you know, but it's true. Like, if you look at it that way, you're like, I love paying my bills because I get to watch whatever, Netflix or whatever streaming I've got, or I get to get on my computer and look up anything from around the world because I have internet. Or I get to have lights on. When you don't have them, you have a definite, different perspective on all of that as well. But I get to. I get to wake up Monday, and I get to have the day off, but I get to also do things and catch up on Monday, but I love that because I'm getting up.
Yep.
I get to get up. And what happens when you get up in the morning? The first thing that I challenge you guys to do this week is say, today is a great day. Before you even untuck your feet and step on that floor. Try it this week, seriously. Today is a great day. Not it's going to change it to. Today is a great day. And continue that for the week. I want to know where you guys are at when we get down to Sunday. Actually, next Sunday I'm not going to be here, but you can write it on my inbox in Survivor Girl if you guys want to. But try that for the week. See where you're at with that, because once you start that positive thought in the morning and you get to, it's a great day. I don't care who it is that's trying to rain on my parade. I'm just like, okay. You didn't say today's a great day, did you? You didn't wake up happy and you get to.
Thank you for waking me up.
Thank you for, that's another thing is the prayers. That's a big thing for me, and I'm not ashamed of that. That's what I do. That's part of my morning. And I get to do that. I get to. I love that part of it. I get to drink this water too, and that should be. If you guys heard me earlier. Yeah.
Right.
Our bodies are amazing, and we need to love and take care of them a lot more than what we do. And I'm not pointing the finger because I am just as bad at it. I have been in the past. So let's keep moving forward, guys. Keep that momentum up, the upswing. Monday. We get to have Monday. We get to have Monday. I don't know what Monday looks like for you guys, but Monday for me looks like a coffee cup and my hair a little bit wild on camera, helping you guys stay motivated. That's what it looks like for me.
That's right.
Not my bestest wig either. We're going to go just, it's been a minute since I've actually just had my hair regular without any of my wigs or hats or any of that stuff. I haven't actually showed you guys what my hair looks like recently. And it's not that I am not raw about it, because I talk about it. I tell strangers, this isn't real, this is a wig. Because I don't care.
Right.
I care about what my hair looks like underneath, obviously. I'm trying to get it to do its thing. Trying. But I get to have some hair. That works. But you know what I'm saying? What I mean is, I might just, wake up maybe a messy bun, maybe you guys a little preview of what's happening up there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll throw in a hat. Guess you'll have to tune in and find out. But we're going to be positive no matter what it is that we're going to do. And I guarantee you that's going to make my day even better. So thank you for letting me just talk positively to all of you. I appreciate that. So we'll see you tomorrow. I don't have a time. I haven't set a time yet. It'll be early though. It'll be early because my body's on work time right now. So I'll be up. I'm trying to shoot for 8 o'clock. That's the time I'm trying to shoot for. So I'm gonna get on and do like a live, and hopefully you guys can tune in with me and give me some positives back, and we'll move forward through Monday with motivation. All right, guys. Thank you for sticking around through my squirrel moments, through everything that we kind of just talked about today. I do have some guests coming up, and we're working on that, continuing to book the roster. I know you guys love hanging out with me and my guest, or just me. I'm thankful for all of you, though. I really do appreciate you letting me do this. I get to do this and get to be with you guys. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for the subscribes, everything that you guys do, sharing, liking, like positive comments that you guys give. All appreciated. So we will see you in 2 weeks because there's 2 Sundays and I'm taking them. I'm taking them off, but you'll see me for motivational Mondays, okay? All right, remember guys, life is best lived.